What the fuck happened?
I don't know, but you're live now.
I'm live now. Yo, that was very weird. And let me change this over. I don't know what happened because I was playing everything and I didn't know if it played or not, but clearly it did. So
welcome to the
show.
Oh,
yes,
wait, wrong show.
Welcome.
Oh my god.
Welcome to Stargeekz. This is going to be a
it's an endless show, so it's already off the fucking rails. We
Yeah,
have no
already.
news. We have no slides. We have nothing together.
We're a bunch of fucking slackers. Oh, here you go. Here's Ed. Sorry I couldn't join you Greeks in person. We're Greek now?
The Greeks in person.
The Greeks. Well, Ed is also on a ship in the middle of the world, so.
He's on a cruise in Alaska. I mean, like he should enjoy time with the family.
Yeah.
Whoever he's with.
Yo, so we're gonna start off because I mean, honestly, there's really no news, but only YouTube news, which was from Star Wars Outlaws, the walkthrough on this.
I didn't watch it.
Man, okay, so I'm gonna play it. Y'all, we can do this with audio, but I will do as much as I can. Let me share it.
Yeah, so Star Wars Outlaws, new video game coming from Ubisoft, right?
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed guys.
I'll turn down the sound. Sorry about that. But this is the official. This week was the official gameplay walkthrough of the game.
But this doesn't drop until September?
Yeah. Oh, did you see that little 8-bit game she was playing?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I mean, see, the thing about this game already is it's just going to be so cinematic. Like,
yeah. Massive. Like, there's like little Easter eggs here and there all over the, who's not gonna, if you're not a Star Wars fan, you're not gonna look for every Easter egg in this game.
People that make Acolyte should look at this game.
Wow.
Like, this is what a lived-in world looks like.
So what happens here is she learns different things from different bounties. So she'll go on to find each bounty, the bartender, whatever else, and each one she finds a new gunslinger kind of move or something for her gun or for her skills and shit. So she follows all that. I was watching the kind of live game through, and the world is massive. Everything is something, and there's small little side missions.
What's up, Zombie Hunter?
I mean, to me, look at this, man. I mean, just everything and anything you can do in this game. And I think, to me, this may be the only problem that can mess this up is glitches and whatever.
With the game crashing, right?
Yeah. Yep. Which,
no multiplayer, it's 100% single player campaign.
Right. But as you can see, the world stage is huge. This is open. Damn, man, it's like Star Wars Old Republic kind of shit. How that was back in the day? You can open world, or I forgot which one game it was, but man, dude, this is
I don't know. Yeah, it says so. It's like the Jedi game is learning something new after missions.
Yes.
What's missions?
Look at it, A-wing.
I'm not sure.
You said what's missions?
Yeah,
I don't know what he means by after missions. But yeah, Ed's right. The graphics just look stunning. It's really good.
Yeah,
feels like Star Wars. Exactly, Zombie. That's what we've been screaming to the heavens for a 4-player co-op Star Wars game forever, but a 6-player now. Now you're talking. Now you're speaking.
So when you're in your ship, you can do side missions in space as well. So right now, she's playing a mission right now to save the freighter that was there. So she has to take out whatever's there. And through this is where you earn, you get credits. You actually get like points with different syndicates. So if you complete a mission for a certain syndicate, the Pike will either kind of start to upgrade your status with them, and you can gain that status over time.
Completing missions. Okay, I got you.
So you're pretty much trying to become one of the best scoundrels in the Star Wars universe in this game.
Oh, if you're being rewarded for being shitty, I can't wait to play it.
Yeah. And you learn from each piece. So if you don't certain credits you get, so if
I like that. Just the text The text on the screen feels Star Wars, and not only that,
Right.
but watch the text in the middle.
You see that right there, Steve?
It's just a screen wipe. It goes,
Yeah.
it
It's
goes
like, see,
away.
after that, you got actually credits for the pike. So see where it says good, but you can also fuck up and it'll go bad for you. So you'll either be a really good bounty hunter or you'll be a good scoundrel or a bad one, and how it plays out. And what happens is the pike or whatever syndicate is going to start coming after you for a bounty.
Okay,
that's kind of dope,
but
man.
it's still one player game.
Still one player game though, man. Like
so
this
kind of.
But you know what?
That's why I don't need to get it on opening weekend.
This is cool
but
because
you get to go in the fucking
you get to be in hyperspace, and when you come out of hyperspace, you got to land your ship at whatever moon you're going through, which is the load times on this game is going to be crazy. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Nah,
but at the same time, it's still pretty cool that you get to go all the way down in. So you're going to the Mos Eisley's docking bay, but you still got to fly your ship there.
So you're still controlling it at this point?
You're still controlling, yeah. Which is a little tedious, but
that's well. I mean,
cool.
But Starfield was that's what kind of sucked about Starfield is like you could fly in space, but you couldn't. That was it. Like you could only kind of move around a little bit in space. Anytime you wanted to go anywhere, you actually had to jump. You weren't in control of that.
Yeah. So this is,
and you never got to fly around like this. Like, are you in control here? Because it doesn't look like they're in control. It looks like
you may not be in control there. When you hit the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure you lose.
So what it looked like to me was that they were in space, and then that little menu popped up with all those different options, and they picked one, and then it just kind of the loading screen was them going into the atmosphere, coming down into town, dock. Okay. Now it loads in, and you're good to go.
So now she's on Tatooine. Going to Mos Eisley. This is the biggest part of Tatooine we've never seen before in the game. You get to go on side like little card games. Like, yo, the shit in here is crazy. How much
working your way with the huts, you can become
right.
Get in with the huts.
Yeah,
and this takes place.
He's in the stream with audio only. I don't know what you did.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
You dropped yourself out.
Oh, I did?
No.
And this right here, driving the speeder bikes. Now this is
right. So this is you on Tatooine driving from place to place. All this little side stuff like Jawas and whatever's going on. Like, yo, it's crazy, man.
I love the screen wipes. Oh, it just feels so Star Wars.
Yeah. So you're going to whatever place you got to go to. They're pretty much showing you the environment and how it looks. But damn, dude, like just the overall arc of everything. And now she's going on a mission to get whatever she got to get. And
agreed, Zombie Hunter.
I agree too, Zombie Hunter. Right? Well, I mean, it kind of depends. Like, so in Assassin's Creed, right, who is a Ubisoft property, right?
Right.
That was online as well. The last one, Valhalla. Well, that wasn't technically the last one, but it was online. And what you could do is, even though it was a single player game, you could create like a warrior that your friends could use in their like raids and like whenever they were attacking people. Like, so whenever I went on raids and shit, I would have Dave's dude with me, and whoever else was playing the game that was on my friends list. I would incorporate their characters into my game and play it that way. Right. I'm not saying that you could do that here, but if there is some sort of like gang operation thing, you could potentially have some multiplayer aspects.
Yeah, it looks. Steve, this thing looks like it's ready for multiplayer, but I get it. Like, there's a lot of power going into this game. You got to everything that they're pulling off in this game is pretty cool, man. And
agreed, Zombie. That's why I need Sean to get on. We need to get on Helldivers. Sean needs to get on Helldivers. So
I know I've been bullshitting. It's my fault, but at the same time, like, again, you doing all this little side mission, trying to sneak in, trying to get, whatever thing. And then you got this little animal right here, little creature that can sense shit. So he's like your little sonar. Like,
I like that, because usually we have a little droid running around with us, but now we get a little creature to cool with us too.
Right.
Which is going to become a thing. Everyone's going to want that little creature. You're going to have little plushies of that thing.
Everybody's going to cosplay as this character and have that little.
So your gun works in many different ways. As you can see right now, you can take somebody out. You can use it as a lockpick, which I'm about to show you. You can use it as a stun gun, as a like grappling hook. Like there's many different ways you can use your blaster. So right here, she's using her gun to override the system and to do like, Batman Arkham Asylum kind of shit. Remember, Steve?
Yeah, that's lockpicking. It's every game has a version of it.
Yep. And I heard that actually the controls is really easy to use, nothing crazy. And then that's really it. So now she gets caught.
Oh, and you know what else too? If it's a single player game, put it on very easy mode, wreck everything.
Oh yeah. This was cool. I love this because I seen the skiff right there, and I'm like, oh man, they're like, they just did it all. Like they really did a good job with this. You got Gamorrean guards coming at you, robots coming at you, and you still got to be able to use your blaster in many different ways. Like, all the same shit, dogs, all kind of crap going on, stuff like that. But like, still, man, really, really cool. And then you running. So basically, now you're being chased in the territory. So they're gonna keep chasing you. Like it's like Grand Theft Auto. So you got to get to your bike, and you can call your bike.
Tight. Right.
Cutscene. Boom.
A cool little graphic as you see. It's
yeah.
That feels like a shot from a Star Wars movie right there.
It does, man. So like, to be honest, man, this game is really, really cool, man. And honestly, I can't wait for it to come out. I can't wait to just go and see everything. So
it's going to be like playing an interactive Star Wars movie, essentially.
Yeah.
Basically what you're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Or more like a TV show, long form.
Yeah. I mean, it's about 30 hours, I think, to play. But I mean, overall, the gameplay to me looks phenomenal. Definitely this is a day one buy for me. And
but see, and that's the thing, like this game, the world's already built, right? The servers are already built. Ubisoft has multiplayer functionality. All it takes is a little DLC. Grand Theft Auto Online started out as DLC. Well, let's not forget.
Right. The problem with that, August 30th, a little.
So September. I mean, it's like right there.
Basically. Yeah. So to me, you know what I mean? Look, that overall, that trailer alone looks awesome.
For me, while it looks great, I have no interest in playing by myself 30 hours of a game.
Spider-Man? Hello?
You play Spider-Man by yourself.
But that's the one game because it's the one character. Like even the Avengers game, I bailed out of that. Right? Like we played a little bit online. I didn't play any of the solo missions. Like I only did it for the online. Like Spider-Man is the one, as you can see behind me.
Yeah.
But like this, like while cool, like it would be different if I was playing like a Jedi or I don't need to. And again, this is just me. I don't need to, go and scout Tatooine and look at all the relics and all this stuff and play card games and like even in Spider-Man, I don't 100 it. I just go with the main story. I don't go with the side story.
Oh, see, even when I Spider-Man it, I 100 it. I can pick up all.
Well, it's Alex, but I don't have the time.
I'm doing the same thing with Tomb Raider.
You have the time.
yeah.
You just don't have the dedication.
Yeah,
I don't have the time. I don't know what you guys are talking about. You can ask my family. Man. I don't have the time, and I don't have the dedication. That's true.
Zombie said he don't think it'll sell well. I don't know, bro.
Well, it's a Ubisoft game, so it's not gonna go straight to Game Pass.
Right.
Right.
Won't be on there first.
Yeah. Sleep is overrated. I need it. I'm getting old.
I don't know, man. This is a game day one for me, so I'm cool with this. I'll let y'all. I'm gonna review.
I think. I agree. I think for you, Ed, Steve, like you guys love this stuff. Like I don't like these type of games. Give me this in a 2D platform. I'm awesome. I'm in. I can't wait for the Rocket Knight Adventures re-release on the Switch. I'm excited for that because that was a great game on the Sega Genesis.
Well, you're a different kind of gamer than us. Like, but even though you play Mario, but okay, it's like Mario. Yeah,
I mean, even Mario Odyssey on 100 it. I just play the storyline.
I guess you're not really a gamer like me and Steve are. So
I'm not that kind of gamer. I like the retro games. I'm a retro gamer.
I have I'm playing Fallout 4 again right now, and I have like my own storylines going on that aren't part of the game. Like in my own head, I have like.
I was gonna say, are you just making up stuff? You're writing it down.
I got all my security guys wearing certain armors. It's pretty cool.
So
But-
another game, real quick, because I mean we're in Lucasfilms. You know, this is Lucasfilms, Industrial Light and Magic, all that shit. So another game that came out this week was Indiana Jones,
Did it come
and
out?
I'm definitely not playing this shit because it's the first person.
Was that just a trailer or?
It's a trailer, the trailer,
Oh, okay.
trailer. Pretty much trailer and some gameplay, I think. But
A first-person puzzle like archaeology game.
Yeah, I guess.
I'll ask if it's open world. Yes.
Ish, probably. There's
Yeah.
probably you can go, kind of like how Jedi Survivor was open world, but like,
Yeah.
you know, it's probably gonna be like that.
Yeah.
Wait, so this is not an action adventure game? This is a puzzle game?
This is a third-person game. It's third person. Oh no, first
No,
person.
first
I'm sorry,
person.
First person.
Yeah, okay. That's what Alex was talking about this. He wants to play it.
Yeah, this looks dumb. I'm not gonna play this. Like, if this was more Tomb Raider style, I'll be all in for it. But
I
mean, all you're seeing right now are cutscenes. You're not seeing any of the gameplay.
No.
It might be Tomb Raider style.
there's some game. I mean, the game looks fun as shit. But like, let me see if there's gameplay. There's game. This is what you're looking at, like when you're playing the game, and like,
Zombie Hunter. Again, one player. What the fuck? Yeah, I mean, it's true.
Zombie
I know-
Hunter. You got to get on a Dark Tide. That's not a one-player game.
Yeah, Dark Tide, whatever we were playing. Forgot what we were playing.
Warhammer.
But I mean, this is just a whole cutscene, I guess, like, you know, of what's going on and what's happening and how it's playing. But then,
So like blending the movies together. Into,
yeah, which is cool though, which is not bad. It's actually a really fun thing that, you know, they were doing. But then they play the gameplay, and I'm not gonna swing all the way through. I guess it was here somewhere. Oh, here it is.
It's one whole fucking scene. Like we're
I know,
still
dude,
in
it's
the same
it's
scene.
literally a part of a movie. I'm like, okay. So this is the gameplay.
Yeah, I do not like that. I do not
No,
like
I didn't either.
I don't like looking at my hands and fists.
Yeah,
I hate
weird. I
those
don't
games.
like it.
I hate those games even more than the last type game. Like,
Yeah, I don't understand.
So you don't like first-person shooters?
no, I don't like.
That's what
first
Dark
person.
Tide is. So he's not going to get Dark Tide.
No.
What's Dark Tide? That's that Warhammer game that we were downloading.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Oh.
that
it's
is
a lot of fun though. It's a lot of fun.
yeah. That's the
I'll
Indiana
try to play
Jones.
it. I'm just not good at it. I remember playing 007 and I sucked. I hated it so much.
Hey, Steve, I'm gonna boo him at some point. You know that, right?
You don't need to boot him.
Yes.
But I guess I'm just like not really jonesing for many more Indiana Jones.
I told you, if it was there,
I didn't even watch the Dial of Destiny because all the reviews were like, eh. So I was like, well, I have no interest in
that's where I was at with it.
fucking parking it for 2.5 hours for
Yeah,
like,
I thought it was fine. I mean, I didn't think it was as bad as people said it was. I didn't think it was as good as I hoped it would be. I thought it was fine. It was a better entry than the Crystal Skull. That's for sure.
I agree with you, Lilo. I agree with you on that on so many ways.
But I think the problem with indie is, again, like, it's been how long? You know, Harrison Ford's 100 years old running around here being Indiana Jones.
like we can't. But like, why revamp it? Like, why can't we just like come up with a new guy? Like new adventures and a whole new story, like a new guy. Like, let's have a new guy do it. Like a new.
I mean,
Remember
or
in the 70s and 80s when like we created shit that was like brand new.
Right.
I
We kind of fell off that. We just keep like, oh, he's still alive. Let him do it. Like,
You know why, Steve? Because nostalgia is a bitch, and nostalgia brings in the butts to the seats, right? Like, they've attempted to make new guy stuff, and what happens?
Fast and
is-
Furious, $1 billion franchise.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden, how many times? You know, like and then now we're at 11 sequels in, right? Because it's already got that
And it's
ingrained
just
fan base.
hitting its stride.
Yeah, we've got at least 20 more to go.
Hold on, guys. We'll keep talking because I gotta log into this shit real quick, but I'm good.
Yeah, I think at this point, you know, you're going to see, especially coming out of the pandemic, just franchise movies, like more follow-up franchises, because budgets are overblown. It's why we keep getting more Star Wars, more indie, more DC, more Marvel. I mean, I'm not complaining because I love all that stuff, but that's what you're going to get. You're not going to get, and when you get something new, Rebel Moon is something new. Did anybody like Rebel Moon?
But Rebel Moon's not something new. Rebel Moon was written as a Star Wars movie and was turned down, and so it was.
But it's still
twisted
something new
worked.
with new, exactly. But it's still something new.
We've been over this. We've been over this. The Rebel Moon thing.
I'm just saying that's something new.
I have a question before we get into the Acolyte thing. I was thinking because I think we might have talked about this on Geeks, but I don't think we did it over here. But it's a Star Wars related question. So how about this, Sean? Let's imagine that Disney Plus says, all right, we're going to give one episode of this next season of What If to Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to see a Star Wars What If? What would be the story, the What If storyline for Star Wars that you would like?
What if Mace Windu killed Palpatine? And then like it just ends and everybody's fine.
Yeah, but that would be it. Like you'd open the book and it would just be it would just be blue credits.
No, I mean I think it'd be I'd go back to Mace Windu, right? What if Mace Windu survived?
I don't think Sean has any idea what I asked.
No. He's on mute too. So he's
no, I heard everything you said.
To me, I think it was what if Mace Windu survived.
Yeah,
I think that's probably like the biggest story because we got what if Boba Fett survived now as a whole series.
For me,
but I don't need a whole series.
What if Anakin didn't turn to the dark side?
But again, that's the same thing, right? Like, then like it's over. Like, okay, he's not on the dark side anymore. Palpatine failed. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or like mine would be something more simple, like what if Han Solo never came back?
What would be with Disney without Star Wars movies?
Well, I still say Episode 7 was good, and they made that crap to bed with everything else. So.
I agree, but then George Lucas wasn't going in the right direction either. So, look, let's be honest. I mean, he had to sell it at some point, or it would have just been kind of some weird shit going on. So,
right, like everyone pray like, oh, George needs it back. Like, again, before Episode 7, nobody was loving the prequels. I don't care what anybody tells me.
I agree.
Nobody was loving those damn movies.
I agree. And so, like, when they bought it out, it was like, oh, okay, well, good. Now we get more stuff, and we getting more stuff. And man, dude, this last Acolyte didn't really help us out, but it is what it is. But anyway, let's get into Acolyte anyway, since we're here. Steve, go ahead.
I have found this cool list of a whole bunch of cool what if questions.
Oh, good.
This guy was like, what if General Grievous won against Obi-Wan?
Killed Obi-Wan?
Killed Obi-Wan on Utapu. Like, whoa.
You know what, though? I wonder if he did win, would Palpatine have had that manipulation over Anakin, right? Because, like, Anakin would have stepped up in a different way. So that might have been the downfall of
he would have been forced into the knight role rather than
yeah.
Yeah.
What if the rebels lost the battle for Endor? Oh, shit. Well, everything else is happening, but like Endor fell.
What if they didn't blow up the Death Star? I think somebody.
Like.
That's deep. What if they didn't meet? What if they didn't meet? What if Luke actually would have went off to the academy and not been on Tatooine?
What if Luke joined Vader on Bespin?
I mean, that's a good what if though.
There's a lot. There's so many different cool things. Like they need to get on that.
Yeah.
Or like, what if Jango Fett survived the Battle of Geonosis? Like, didn't get his head lopped off, bailed out with Boba. Like,
right. What if Princess Leia's ship got blown up? I mean, that's a little dark, but
yeah. What if Princess Leia overslept and didn't make the transport to get on that ship to go off of Alderaan that day? And she's like, I'll have to go on the next one. Ba-boom.
Oops. I don't know.
Leia's on the ship, right? Or like, right. Like, I think so. Leia's on the ship, right? Like, oh god.
If Yoda died when Order 66 happened, yo, that would have been that's kind of cool.
Now you have nobody to train Luke. Obi-Wan
Well, you still had
dies.
Obi-Wan.
But he dies.
He's a
Vader. Well, he goes into his laundry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he started the training. You're right. Who wouldn't have?
I guess
completed.
Force ghosts are a thing, right? So like any Force ghost could come out and be like, "We're training you."
Yeah.
If they wanted to. Either way, there's some cool stuff, cool ideas in there.
Cool ideas. Like it. What if Ahsoka didn't walk away from the Order? Anakin would not probably have been Darth Vader. Like, that's actually a better what if than it. That's actually a more logical what if right now.
That's probably that's probably the one twist that could have changed everything.
Yeah.
Again, like there's many of these twists. There's many. Anakin has had many pitfalls here to turn him to the dark side.
What if Qui-Gon didn't lose against Darth Maul?
Yeah, what if Qui-Gon used
he's
what everybody
Anakin,
else
like,
survived, with a small little piercing by a saber, which everybody else survives.
Yeah.
What
I'm
if
like, damn, Sabine took a worse shot than Qui-Gon. And Qui-Gon just went out. He's like, ugh.
Although
that fellow was depressed or something. He was ready.
Although Carrie-Anne Moss just took a small little dagger to the chest. I mean,
It was in her heart.
It was like a little.
It's like this big. I mean,
oh god, you guys are brutal. You guys watch horror movies.
I'm like, yeah, like
you need to rip
that's
the
just a
head off
paper
before
cut.
that.
Ed would have pulled that out, stitched it up himself, and went right back to the fight.
Yeah, Al, I don't think there is a what if Star Wars comic unless you talk about the old legend stuff, which is kind of like different stories of everybody. I don't know.
No, I don't think there is a what if comic for Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm not really in what ifs, but hey,
it's true. I mean, I was never a fan of them in the comics, even with the Marvel ones. There's a few of them I like.
My biggest is what if we still hadn't gotten the sequel trilogy in episode 7, 8, and 9 were an open book.
Well, no, to me is what if George, instead of going to do the prequels, did a sequel at the same time, right? When all these actors were young enough to actually portray the characters without the de-aging CGI, bring back all of them.
Yeah.
Right? Like I would have rather seen the Star Wars Trinity back in action in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Agreed.
Over the prequels.
All right. Well, listen,
let's get that Acolyte.
We're here to talk about Acolyte this week. This week's episode was called Destiny, season 1, episode 3. I do not know who it was directed by. I could have probably looked that up, but I'm not worried about it.
It was a single name like Makongo or
no, that was a K, like Koshabia, something like that. I can't remember now.
Okay.
I know I kind of noticed that too. It was like one name. I was like, all right.
So I'm gonna ask you guys, what did you think? Hello, what were you gonna say, guys?
No, I was gonna say, so what did you guys think?
I'll let you go.
I'll go. I actually didn't hate this episode. It was filling in the storyline, right? This episode was gonna happen one way or another because we needed to know the backstory. We need to know. We're gonna get this story, and here's the thing: I just finished watching the episode.
Kogo Nada.
So I just finished. There you go. I knew it was okay.
Thank you, Al. Appreciate it.
So I just finished this episode. I didn't know anything about it. Like I just got to it, and literally like 5 minutes before we started recording. And the one thing I thought of was like just like the first 2 episodes, it felt like there was a lot of gaps, right? Because we're getting from 2 different points of view very quickly, the 2 sisters. Here, there's gaps. We see fire, explosion, blah, 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 gaps into the storytelling. So my guess is there's going to be more to those where we're going to be seeing it from the different character's point of view, right? Like everybody was upset, like, oh, no, well, not everybody, but I mean, like, oh, why are you bringing Carrie-Anne Moss to die before the credits even roll? Well, now she was back, in flashback, and I figured that would be it, telling those stories. So you're going to probably have more from this scene here, from this episode, from different vantage points of view, from each, maybe not all of the Jedi, but probably probably Soul, probably Carrie Ann Moss, like all of them kind of together, piecing the story together and piecing. I don't want to say it's a mystery because I don't really think it's a mystery. I mean, it's clear what was happening, but I think, again, it's not that bad. Like, again, this is long form television. They've got to fill us in when we don't know anything about this. It's not a sequel from a movie or characters that we know. They're trying to establish something different. I didn't hate it. Yeah, the kid actors. I'm never gonna rag on kid actors.
Not
they were fine.
They were
kids.
I'm gonna say, Steve, it's very interesting hearing long form television from Alil when he doesn't watch long form television.
I do. I don't like long form television. I'm not joking. I don't like long form television. Plain and simple. I was watching this and I'm like, it's this. But I hear people complain about this because I didn't see anything. I didn't. All I heard was complaints. Like Alex was telling me people were complaining, and I'm like watching it, and I'm like, well, if you're complaining about this, then you complain about every television show because this is every television show. Yeah. This is what everyone does when you're telling, especially like a mystery or something we don't know. It's always this.
Okay,
it's fine.
It left more open questions, and
it's episode 3.
Well, it's supposed to. It's supposed to leave more questions because you're only getting it from one point of view. That's what I'm saying. Like you're only getting the story from one point of view.
Yeah, I agree. It's as a whole. It's got to be a whole. But Steve, I'll let you give us your review on it.
I'll rag on the kid actors. They weren't very good.
That's right. Steve does a whole back.
They weren't very good. Like you could be like, oh, I don't want to hurt their feelings. They don't give a fuck what I say. They weren't very good. They were not believable. You could see one of them mouthing the other one's lines and then saying hers. It wasn't good.
Oh, I didn't even catch that part.
I wasn't even paying attention.
Okay, so it's not good. I didn't like the coordinated dance thing at the moon. I don't like this doesn't feel like a community, like a lived-in community. It feels like 8 ladies on a set. This doesn't feel like a believable world to me. This particular,
but it's not a world.
This doesn't feel like a believable building. It doesn't feel like a believable cave in a mountain. It doesn't feel. I don't know. There's something that doesn't feel authentic about it. To me, it feels. And I'm not saying like it's unbelievable, like inauthentic in the way that they did Coruscant and Andor, right? Where I'm like, it feels like a set. It doesn't feel like a lot of the other. Was it Andor that did Coruscant, or was it what was the other show that had like the short-haired lady? It was Ahsoka, I think, with the ice cream and all that.
Yeah.
It wasn't Andor. Andor felt very real. Those were built. You know what I mean? I don't know.
No. Was that Boba Fett or was that Mandalorian? I think it was Mandalorian.
Fuck, they all blend together now.
Yeah, it's starting to blend together now. It's starting to come together now.
So, but it's not without it. This episode is not without its merits. There were some things that I did like about it. Like I love the actor that plays Saul. I love everything about. Like I think that he's really killing it.
I love Squid Game.
And a big part of that for me is because like he didn't even know English before he got this role. Like he learned English to get this role. His inspiration is Qui-Gon Jinn. He's just trying. He's just a big Star Wars fan. And he's trying. Like I really feel for him, and I love his go get him attitude. Like I like him. I still think the Wookiee looks cool, but it really, really, really cements my. But the other thing that like all the other Wookiees are just pervs because they're all just this motherfucker's head to toe in clothes. Like,
he had a little shaving, but he had a little cut too, and everything.
Yeah, he had a little haircut on the top.
I got pictures. We'll get pictures of that definitely.
It's the dialogue was just everything felt very forced. Zombie said it a second ago. Everything just felt really forced. Ed made a good point. It left a lot of questions. Why the fuck are the Jedi just rolling up on people like we're allowed to train? You know that we can train the kids, but you can't. Like, what's that all about? Like, there's obviously some stuff that we don't understand yet, but
that was
wheat cream. I don't, but I will not let my kids be like eating the wheat cream. I'd be like, fucking Darth Maul's mom over here, like they're not allowed to have no sweet spice cream.
So for me, I'm not triggered by this episode. Doesn't bother me. I'm like, it's long form. Like we gotta wait till we get to the end, and everybody's just like, "Oh, this shit is terrible. I hate this. there was two women that they had like a I'm like, dude, first of all, stop. Listen,
they're a witch's coven.
Yes, like on Dathomir, they have the same exact thing. It's like, come on, y'all stretching. They're stretching.
And how many movies and shows and stuff have we seen? Like it, like the Amazonians in Wonder Woman, right? Like how are they? Like you see them love each other, and like what's wrong?
Oh,
like,
she had a baby by the Force. Like, no, listen, man, listen. This is their version of the Force. So everybody has different versions of the Force in the galaxy. Real shit. So you can't get mad about.
That's why I'm like, why is the Jedi's like thinking their version's better than
right?
Well, so now it's like religion currently, right? Like they're like,
don't say.
I'm just saying, like a dominant religion. Like a dominant religion. And then they see another and like, oh, can't do that.
Because in my head, I know who's who, but like, I'm not gonna say
it. I'm just
saying in general.
One of them really wants kids.
I am not going there. I was being like, if you look in the olden days, with like the knights and horror movies we watch, like right, like when they're spreading their religion, you're eliminating others.
I'm gonna tell you what though, this shit does not look good for the Jedi at all. Like going forth in the story, if it comes out to be some crazy shit like that, like the Jedi are very bad.
And I called it last week, Torben. I was like, why is he such a young looking old man? And what's up with his fake beard? And here he is.
Well, we'll get to the screenshots on that one, Steve.
And all 26 years of his life.
Yeah, and I get what you're saying. I get that. I do get that. But like,
it's true. It's not. If you look at the lore of Star Wars, especially the run of books from the 90s through today, all the books, they're all, but it's not even that. But you get factions, you get different stories. You've seen other Force users. You've seen these. We just watched on with Ahsoka. If you're looking for live action, the Witches of Dathomir, they use the Force. They use it in a different way. They're
using that string shit. The shit that she was talking about. They was using that same thing in Ahsoka. They had the string and the
maybe they're a faction from them. We don't know, and that's the thing. Like Steve, the one comment that it's not an argument or anything like that. I get what you're saying. Their world, what they were at, felt plastic. You know what I mean?
I agree.
But it made sense too because like the Jedi showed up there and they're like, we thought that this was an uninhabited planet. So of course there's only like 20 people hiding.
But they did not. They didn't think that. They knew.
Well, no, the Jedi knew where they were going, but
they on them all day.
Well, you're right. That's where like Sean is talking about, like, it doesn't look good for them, right? And it might not look good for some of them. That's what I'm thinking. Just like we've seen in other factions, right? It's a few bad eggs kind of ruin the bunch, right? Like that's what or the dozen, however you want to phrase it, but. Right. I think that's part of it, right? Like you're always going to have bad eggs, no matter what, good or bad. The Jedi are not always perfect, and we've seen that.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily think the two kid.
I just don't want Soul to be involved in the badness.
It takes place in Brendok 16 years earlier, which we already know is the girls.
Well, I was gonna say I don't think the kid actors do bad. When they're like terrible, when they're like dealing with other adults, but when they're acting off of each other,
yeah. Are they real twins or is this?
They don't.
One actress playing both.
It's one actress playing both. Oh no, these two girls, they're definitely
not the two little ones. They're two different.
The two little ones. I know. Hunger Games is playing both, but
these are two different.
Ed says Jedi are liars and killers.
Yeah. These are two different girls.
Again, there's some good ones. Obi-Wan was a good one. I don't think he was a liar and a killer.
Right. And then we get the Jodie Smith. I forgot her name. Whatever. We get her character, which is Mama. I guess I don't even know her real name.
She's his mother.
Yeah. And then she started teaching. They were teaching them the defense of, which I actually like this scene. Like it was actually not bad. She showing her part of the force and how they were blocking it and using it as defense.
Yeah, but then these two kid actors are in the background, like they're like,
Hey,
now act like you guys are like, I don't know, goofy. Like, what are you doing?
Arguing.
Kids don't do this.
Kid arguing.
Kids don't, but like kids don't just like turn around like get out like that. Especially not growing up here. I thought she looked really cool,
dude. I know. Like I was all on board with that. I was like, okay.
It's like, oh, I've never seen like a female version of that.
I agree with Zombie. Why not just cast two twins identical?
Well, maybe the little girls were. We don't know, but I mean, for an older one, I mean, they've done it in movies forever, right? Like,
yeah, that's fine. But right here,
and stuff like that, like
these little girls are not identical twins. Like, and when they grow up, they look like identical twins. So, like, why not just have identical twins? You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Yeah, you can't be like, these were the best actors we could find.
Yeah, that's not.
Sorry.
That's not the thing. But I agree with you. I mean, you're not wrong.
They're gonna laugh. They don't care what I'm saying. They're laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah, I mean this. I mean, again, I get what you're saying, Steve. Like, it wasn't the greatest acting, but they're kids. I gotta give them the benefit of the doubt. They tried, and they're in Star Wars, so
that's not here. That's not here.
That's
here.
More
Here they're fine. Here they're fine. Right?
Right.
It's before at the tree. It's later when they're getting their hair done, and then it's after that when they're like
when they're fighting behind.
Right here. This is where they're mouthing each other's lines and shit.
And I didn't like this part either. Like, it was just.
This is 100 years before Phantom Menace. Well, this is 116 years.
Hey, it's that's Sanua's lady from Xbox. She's right there.
Which one? No.
Like, they have those ads for the game. All this just felt weird. I don't know. Like, it didn't
feel right.
Yeah, I'm just like, this doesn't feel. And I get like there's going to be lots of different things that happen in Star Wars, but this didn't. I don't know. Like, just they have like a Star Wars thing in the background, so like, see it's Star Wars. Like,
but see,
green light on.
But see, I'm watching this, and I'm kind of like, oh well, on Dathomir, the Night Sisters did shit like this. So like,
I know, and it's like, also 100 years before. So
right, so I can't be like critical on that because I've seen it before.
I can't be critical on the accuracy of it, but I can be critical on the presentation of it, which is poor.
Okay. I get what you're saying from that point. Then I understand it. You know, it could have been a little bit better.
I thought the moon effect was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like
ceremonial wise, I get what you're saying. It could have been more of an open situation.
At least have them like being like coordinated. Like, they were all over the fucking place.
So basically, Steve, you want them to hire you to be the choreographer.
I mean, they need to have somebody. Paula Abdul would have not let this shit slide, bro. He would have whipped them motherfuckers in shape. That would have looked clean. It would have looked like a music video. You would have had meme remixes, everything.
So here is where they interrupt their little thing that they're having, and the Jedi are all of a sudden showing up, and look at old boy scalp though, right?
Yeah, he took that down to a 2 clip.
Yeah, that looked crazy. I've never seen.
He's like me, trying to keep it alive, whatever's left. You know.
Yeah, you definitely are trying. It's still there.
He's got pants and everything though. Golly.
Yeah. So I mean, this is where they're looking for. I mean, her makeup thing looks great, Steve.
Yeah, I thought she looked great.
Yeah, no cosplay in that one. You know, that looks.
She looks awesome. Yeah.
Again, you know, I guess they discover that they have 2 twin girls that are force sensitive, and they're spying on them anyway, which is weird.
They did a good. I mean, like, good.
Engaging?
It seems like, well, yeah, because you could tell they did a little bit, right? But like, it doesn't look crazy. Like, it doesn't.
Uncanny Valley.
Yeah, it doesn't have that look. I thought everything looked really good.
So this part, Steve, made me a little like, as acting wise, it was very generic. It was weird how she was like, "Oh, this and this," and like they should have did another take. They should have had another, like, there was something wrong.
Well, none of this felt natural. It
didn't feel natural at all.
It all feels acted. It doesn't feel like you're seeing, like you're a fly on the wall watching something happen. It feels like something is being presented in front of you, which is some of Star Wars, but like a lot of it is you're supposed to feel like you're watching it, like you're there, not.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I didn't get that Game of Thrones feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for something like of this nature and how much it costs.
But there were so many good things. Like, wow, you're wasting this lady.
Yeah, I mean, I'm convinced that she's gonna play a higher role in this.
How? She's dead.
How did she? Did they show her body?
They showed everybody's body. You got
everybody
you can
laying
screenshot
around,
it.
but you know what? I don't know if I buy it.
I don't buy it either.
That explosion was weird, and then when they were all laying there dead, it didn't look like from death from an explosion.
I'm telling you, and I'm telling you, Steve, she was the angriest out of all the women in that coven. And remember, she tried to like go. We're gonna go fight the Jedi. So I think that she had a lot more to do with what's going on.
You think she slayed everybody?
Absolutely, dog. Absolutely.
You think she's the one with the red lightsaber? Wow.
I don't know, but yo, somebody's pulling those strings, and maybe it's one of these two.
That's gotta be. That's gotta be the one in the red lightsaber.
I don't know. I think it's the mom.
You think it's the mom too, Steve? I have it's either one of them.
You know, because I was thinking about this because of, there's got to be a tie here to Anakin, right? Because Anakin had the same kind of birth, right? Anakin was born from.
Well, I mean, that's what
these two girls.
That's
were
what
born
his mom
from the
said, but like,
no father, kind of shit.
Yeah,
but
no father.
But they said it though. She was like, you know how you got those kids? Do you want to tell the Jedi that?
I'm like, I want to know. I want to know.
I want to know too. I'm curious. Like,
well, my guess is she used force power to do that, right? So
there's just this one guy who's like, I'm the one that you can blame the force on.
It's like Kurt
the most interesting man. Yeah, he's like Kurt Russell. It's ego.
Going from
long flowing hair.
Son of a bitch.
Like pops into
that would be awesome.
Earth,
Kurt
right
Russell
around.
showed up as the Force,
He's
just out there, just like just a player.
Pops onto Earth right around year 0.
So the girls go see the Jedi, and I guess, and then, I mean, they see the
Ronaldo.
What's up, Fernando? I mean, she's pretty happy to be there. I guess she wants to be a Jedi. There's your boy, Steve.
That's the same. They just put a fake beard on him.
And some scars.
They just put a fake beard on him and a bad haircut.
They could really be so much better. Oh
they
my! They
really did. I was like, why does he look so
young?
Oh, that's why. Because he's 12.
Again, that's why I think there's going to be more to this episode. This episode is going to bleed into more flashbacks.
Yeah.
Right? Because we got one point of view. We're going to get the whole Jedi's point of view at some point. Then we're going to get the combination where we actually see when May ran off, what the hell happened. Like how fast that fire spread. Why was there an explosion?
Yeah, I rewatched that section of the show twice.
Yeah, and why were they dead?
Nope.
And they were dead not near the explosion, right? Like not near the fire. So
and they were all piled up. And none of them were on fire.
Did the Jedi go out there and wipe them out? Did one of their own wipe them out? Did they take a Kool-Aid trip like
that little green drink? She had that little green drink.
Remember she was under that tree, and they were saying you can't go by this tree because the tree is poison.
Yeah.
So maybe they used that tree. Maybe because the kids were being taken away, or one was going to be taken away, they all committed suicide. Who knows? There's multiple things here, or somebody poisoned them all because they were celebrating for something. You know what I mean? Like there's all these things. I don't think it was May.
Yeah.
I don't think it was May because May all May wanted to do was stop her sister. Like that's it. That was her focus. I don't think her focus was the mom and everybody else.
The crazy part here is how we know it wasn't the sister. Maybe both of them.
We were just saying.
No,
Oh, you think OSHA killed
OSHA?
all of them?
OSHA was trapped.
Yeah, but listen,
But we didn't see. But
we're watching things from a different.
Yeah, but like, look, she hugged her mom with all those ladies right there in that area, right? And then the next thing we see is OSHA up in her room packing her bags. What if she killed everybody down there and then went and packed her bags?
OSHA wiped them
psychopath.
We didn't see how dark she is. Like
no remorse.
Remember,
no remorse.
Remember, they were both in that garden. Remember that poison garden, and they were both messing with those little fly things. And you seen that she was working something. She was trying to figure something out. So the little sister comes and does the same exact thing. So to me, there's something boiling in there, and I'm telling you, when the wool pulls out, we all gonna be like, oh shit. So they're pulling the wool over our eyes, and I think there's something else darker here. But real quick, I wanted to highlight how we can be looking at our next storm. I just want to point that out. I just want to point that out. Like that could be Storm. Yeah, just saying.
It works for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it depends on the age that they're going with for these X-Men, for the new X-Men.
Look. Remember what Steve just said. We seen her doing this, but we didn't see anything after that.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be like I said last week when I was talking about the Treehouse of Horror. Like it could be Hugo, right? Like we thought the one sister was bad, and
Triangle books are very inefficient.
The other weird thing here that kind of caught me toward the end was like, how does she know so much about the Jedi? I mean, she drew the Jedi. Isn't that the Jedi crest right there? I couldn't.
Yeah, a little. Something.
So how does she know about the Jedi?
Something.
Like this is a coven that's been running from the Jedi, and like these are
and they were like born here. Like they would have no way to know.
Yeah, I don't.
Unless
I doubt they're telling them stories about the Jedi. Yeah. You know what it is? It's another Palpatine, but reverse, right? Like Palpatine was sitting there giving Anakin some Sith stuff, some Sith knowledge. There's a rogue Jedi person in this coven that's speaking Jedi.
It's Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell comes back just to fuck with the mom and like gives the daughter a little information.
Dressed like Val Venus from the WWF with just a towel around himself and just shaking. It's like, hey, I'm the Force.
His finishing move is the money shot.
So real quick, mind you, all this time that we're watching this, y'all gross. Anyway. The whole time
Force is getting people pregnant, so.
Yeah, the whole time we're watching this, but we're not really knowing what's going on in between all this storyline right
now. That's what I said. Like it's jumping around a lot.
It jumped, yeah. And that's done on purpose, I would assume, because there's more to tell. Like, oh, she's here. What did you do? Well, no, what did you do? What did y'all both do this shit?
Yeah, we're piecing the story together, and that. I mean, and I get why some people might not like it because you just want a linear story. That's not what you're getting here. Most storytelling these days are not linear anymore.
Right.
You get flashbacks and flashbacks upon flashbacks on top of flashbacks.
Right. We're watching this right now, but remember, the other sister didn't. One sister made, the other sister didn't, but the other sister did make it. So how did that happen? Like, there's so much more that
how did she survive falling down that?
Right. Everybody's like, "Oh, this is a shitty episode."
We don't know how far down that went. They never even showed it. It just showed that it was a broken ledge. That could have gone down 2 feet. We don't know. She's like,
because you saw Saul catch her.
Oh, yes, he did. He did reach over there and catch
it looked like a pretty big chasm.
So again, we're seeing things from one lens and we're not analyzing there's a bigger lens here. So everybody's like, oh, this episode was shit, but it wasn't. You just got to realize what kind of story they're telling when it's all said and done with. Now, again, if this shit don't pay off, there's a problem, but I'm 100% sure there's going to be a payoff for it.
Are you 100%?
Well,
sure?
I mean, there'll be a payoff. Will it be a payoff that sticks the landing well?
Right.
We don't know.
Agreed.
And now you're gonna have to try to fine tune this a little bit because we need to go back and see all these. You want to go back and see that pile of dead witches and see if old girl's in there.
I can look.
We're not gonna be able to do that right now.
Yeah, I don't think
You're not playing this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can't push play.
Well,
Damn it, Ed. Ed. He would have had the screenshot.
Ed, you had to go on vacation.
Yeah, Ed, you had one job.
All right, let's see. I don't see any spiky headed.
There's nothing you can do. There's nothing there, dude. I'm telling you, it's not. She's not there, dog. She's not there. I'm telling you, there was something else.
And then you only saw the mom like in a silhouette, like.
Right.
You didn't like do a close up on her face or anything.
Ed,
No.
we don't want your apology.
Yeah,
we want
Ed,
the
you
slide
know what your apology means, Ed? It means nothing. Right?
No.
You're sorry, but I don't have pictures. So. No.
so
yeah,
then we see
she's back at the tree. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
something happened. Like, how did that happen?
it's interesting.
And that's it.
So,
That
I
was
mean,
it.
well,
till next week.
again, what is it? 8 episodes, and we're 3 in, so we still have 5 more left. So,
Yeah.
I mean, a lot can happen. I was happy though that this didn't start because the first 2 episodes basically started with her assassinating 2 of the 4 Jedi, right?
Yeah, I thought
And I'm like, if this opens with the Wookiee, I'm gonna be mad. I want to see more of that Wookiee doing stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
And now we will. So
I want to see more of everybody doing stuff. Look, at the end of this episode, Torben still doesn't have a fucked up eye.
Yeah,
we're gonna see something happen.
He did, Steve. He did. When they went back and he seen all the Jedi there, his shit was great. His shit was scratched up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
maybe he got caught in the explosion.
Yeah, you gotta look a little bit closer and pay attention.
But that's not. You don't get that from a fire. You don't get a freaking thing like this.
Well,
from fire.
You did see an explosion, so maybe he got caught in the explosion.
That's a lightsaber.
Maybe he was setting the explosion.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, he's the one who committed suicide too.
I get that maybe you had some people setting explosions. The Wookiee was like working on stuff. He was working on a bike, but then he was working on some other stuff. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
I was trying to get to that. They did show the mom's face a little bit. Oh, see, I didn't get there. See, they didn't play it because I wanted to show you a screenshot of it real quick if I can get a chance to see it again. I don't see it though.
That's right.
It's not playing. Yeah.
At the end of the day, we'll have it all figured out. But I didn't hate the episode as much as everybody else did. I just thought that some of it was a little plotting and felt forced, and the acting wasn't very good, and some of the sets weren't very. Not all the sets. Like some of them were pretty good, like in their room and stuff when the light was coming through those weird oval windows. Like that all looked really good. That looked like a real room. But then when they were out in their common areas, it felt just like
fake, plastic.
Yeah. So,
all right,
hit and miss. Like I said, it's like a lot like life, Acolyte. Highs and lows, peaks and valleys, good times, bad times.
Yeah. So,
I guess
that's it. I mean, listen. Join us next. Damn. Ed will be here next week. He'll definitely have our screenshots. We won't be going through video like we did this time, but we're definitely gonna get his take on last week's episode as well. But make sure you like, subscribe, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, please. Thank you guys. We appreciate you joining the show, and we have some people in there tonight, which is fun. Enjoyed that. So until next time, this is Sean.
This is Lil.
And this is Steve.
And may the force be with you.
Always.
I was wondering who's going to say it. Thank you guys. I appreciate that.